Morning, wherever you're watching Luntha television, it's time for news updates, and you're with me, Adams Mwanelpembe. Pope Leo XIV has condemned the recent surge in attacks on Ukraine, warning that the escalating war is bringing more suffering, destruction, and loss of innocent lives. Speaking during his Wednesday general audience on May 27th, the Pope expressed concern over the latest Russian strikes, particularly those affecting civilians and other victims. He said the violence was destroying homes, places of worship, and the hopes of communities caught in the conflict. The Pontiff also offered prayers for people affected by renewed violence in Lebanon, assuring Lebanese faithful of the Church's closeness and calling for God's protection over them. Turning to Polish pilgrims, Pope Leo marked Poland's Mother's Day celebration by thanking mothers for nurturing their children in faith and love, while urging continued respect for human life from conception to natural death. Malawi has launched 3 major environmental policy instruments aimed at strengthening biodiversity, conservation, and ecosystem management as the country confronts mounting pressure on its natural resources. Minister of Natural Resources Patricia Wiskes officially unveiled the National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan 3, the 7th National Report to the Convention on Biological Diversity, and the National Ecosystem Assessment Report, describing the moment as a covenant with the land, water, forest, and people of Malawi. Wiskes said over 85% of Malawians depend directly on natural resources, while biodiversity-related sectors contribute about 12.8% of GDP. She also noted that nature-based tourism accounts for 6.7% of GDP and supports more than 16,000 jobs, while Lake Malawi hosts over 1,000 fish species, nearly 90% of them endemic. The minister said the new frameworks provide a roadmap for restoring degraded ecosystems, improving protected areas management, promoting sustainable agriculture, and ensuring fair sharing of natural resource benefits. The Ministry of Health has recorded 690 confirmed cholera cases and 5 confirmed deaths as of May 26, 2026, since the outbreak began in December 2025, with Luntha and Chikwawa emerging as the main hotspot. The Ministry's National Cholera Incident Manager, Ella Chamanga, disclosed this on Wednesday in Lilongwe during a media briefing on ongoing cholera intervention and preparedness for a possible Ebola outbreak. Chamanga said although the number of confirmed cases is now stabilizing, there has been a rise in suspected cases following the heavy rains that fell last month. But the ministry is managing the situation, and she added that Luntha, which remains the major hotspot for the disease, continues to be affected due to socio-economic conditions and behavioral practices that expose residents to the outbreak. She then urged the public to continue working with the ministry in the management and prevention of cholera cases. Media Institute of Southern Africa Malawi chairperson Felix Washon has urged journalists operating in border district to understand reporting regulations in neighboring countries and take necessary precautions before undertaking assignments. The remarks follow the detention of two Malawian journalists, Daniel Kaunda of Chisomo Radio and Francis Gunda of Angaliba, by Mozambican police while working on a story across the border. The two were released after officers from Cheo police station engaged their Mozambican counterparts following intervention by MISA Malawi. MISA Malawi has since commended Malawi Police Service for the swift response to lead the journalists' release. And in international news, the first group of almost 300 Ghanaians repatriated from South Africa amid anti-immigrant protest there have arrived home in Accra on Wednesday. They were welcomed by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, as patriotic songs blasted over the airport speakers. Around 800 Ghanaians have registered with the High Commissioner for Repatriation Flights, saying they no longer feel safe in South Africa. Accra organized them in response to a wave of protests and violence targeting both documented and undocumented foreigners in the country. That's all we had in our news update right here on Luntha Television. My name is Adams Mwenopembe. Continue watching Luntha Television.